Greetings, everyone, and happy Yule. Hope today finds you doing well, you're starting to feel festive, and you're ready for Yule. I'm Lady Starfire, and I'm here to give you some information about Yule and some ways to celebrate it. So for those that may or may not know. Okay, so first of all, what is Yule? Yule is our celebration of the winter solstice. Okay, the winter solstice is the day that has the actual shortest day and longest night of the year. After December 21st, we start getting longer days and shorter nights. Again, starts building up the summer. We all know about that one. So this is the end of the declining sun, okay? So like all the other Sabbats and equinoxes and stuff, we celebrate each of these, all right? So once again, this is the winter solstice, also known as Yule. I've got some notes here because I've got a lot of information I want to give you. I've got some story stuff I want to go over with you on some things, and I want to make sure I don't forget anything. So please forgive me. We celebrate Yule in many ways. I'll get into how it became Christmas and all that stuff in my little story. But as a general rule with Yule, I look at Yule kind of like Thanksgiving. It's a time to celebrate family and the love and all that we have for each other. And, you exchange gifts and things, but, usually they're handmade, because way back when, they didn't have stores to run out and buy everything with. And that's the other reason that I prefer Yule over Christmas anyway, is because it's not all about going out and maxing out your credit card, okay? So, let's have some time of celebrating Yule. We, like I said, once again, we give gifts, preferably handmade. We have, rituals and circles and gatherings, feast, all those things that we do on the different holidays that we have. And it's just that time of happiness and celebrating family and loved ones and all that stuff, okay? So make it about what it's supposed to be instead of all of the commercialized hoopla that's out there, okay? Some of the gatherings, it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of us that what we do is what we call Dirty Santa, which is fun. Gifts that, usually most groups, they have a $5 to $10 range. So nobody's running out having to spend a lot of money. And you're buying one gift, okay? Because, for those of you that don't know what Dirty Santa is, basically it's called Dirty Santa because you steal, okay? It's just a lot of fun. If you get invited to a Dirty Santa gathering, check with them too, because we've had some gatherings before that people misunderstood the Dirty Santa part and brought adult gifts, okay? So, and most of these gatherings, a lot of them, there are children present, okay? So we want to be sure to be careful about what types of things we bring, make sure, what their Dirty Santa entails, okay? So, but basically, first person chooses a gift. The next person, they have the choice whether to steal that gift or to choose another one, and it goes around till everybody's done. So anyway, it can be a lot of fun, all right? It's also a time of new beginnings or rebirth, all right? Transformation, breaking bad habits, bringing about your creativity. Look, decorate, all right? It's fun, all right? Make it fun. It's a time to enjoy things, not to be bogged down with commercial garbage, okay? Just let yourself enjoy it. All right, so different traditions, practice or pantheons, whatever, practice different ways. Since most people seem to be Wiccan, it is, for some, it is the second, okay, Sabbath, because they consider Samhain to be like a new year. Me personally, to me, it's the last Sabbath of the year because I just go by the calendar year. It's easier for me, and it just makes more sense to me. Samhain is the third of the harvest festival, so to me it kind of all goes in there together, not starting over, but you do you, okay? It doesn't matter which way. But it all deals with the wheel of the year, and it, for some, they do this whole battle thing between the Holly King, which represents the darkness, and the Oak King, which represents the light, and they have this battle so that the Holly King rests. Some do where they kill off the Holly King, and I don't like that at all. But, he becomes old, and the Oak King is the young one. And so it's really more of a handing off to the other one. So, because we're bringing about the light. Okay. So, that is one of the ways they do it. That is mostly through Celtic legends. Okay. How do you celebrate Yule? Leave it in the comments for me. Okay. Let me know what you do. If you celebrate Yule, tell me. If you do Christmas, you can tell me that too. But let me know how you celebrate. What is your ways of celebrating? Okay. While you're at it, click the like and the subscribe and share this. All right. So there we go. Get all that out of the way. You can decorate with a log. Okay, a lot of people use oak or whatever you have available, but it's called the Yule log. You'll see that on my image, where I started off. But a Yule log, now some people make them out of food, and cut it that way, and that's okay. But, there's a whole tradition with the Yule log. Some people actually burn them. Some people make one that's more permanent and actually put, candles in it and such. So, once again, there's no right or wrong. Do it however it feels right to you, okay? But, we use things like pine cones, all right, dried berries, cinnamon sticks, holly, mistletoe, place around your fireplace. If you don't have a fireplace, put it on your tables, your altar, wherever you want to decorate, okay? Make it festive. It's all, just make it about you. Remember, always make it about you, okay? You can also do a bonfire. Have you some pine cones to throw in there? These are some that I make that are actually dipped in wax. They're called fire starters, and they also add that scent and everything, which, just kind of makes it even all the better, right? Burning the Yule log is a thing of banishing the old and getting rid of all the negative energies and stuff of the past or this past year, and bringing about new energies and, positive things bringing into your life. Okay. So, that's what that represents, coming into the new year. Now, there's an old Italian folklore, because we always talk about the Holly King and the Oak King, and it's all about the God part, which in my tradition, the God does rule during the winter months and stuff. So that's fine. But I'm all about balance. So we also want to remember the goddess, but I want to teach you a few different things. But there is an old Italian folklore, and I'm going to look to make sure I pronounce her name correctly, and hopefully I pronounce it right. If not, give me a pronunciation down there if you know that it's different. La Befana, Befana, okay? And she's a goddess who rides around the world. She's like the female St. Nicholas or Santa or whatever, okay? On her broom during the solstice. She brings candies and gifts to well-behaved children, okay? And by placing a rag doll of her likeness, in the window or, in front of your door, lets her know that she's welcome there and to enter. So, I'll pop up a picture of it too. I'll try to remember to get that stuck over here somewhere. Okay. So anyway, I think it's really cool, and it's a really neat type of thing to do. And so, if it's something that you like, research it some more, make sure that you're comfortable with it, and, something you might want to even incorporate. Okay. It's like in the, some of your, I guess your European, I think it's Norway, maybe some other ones over that way. Some of those, and I can't remember all the different countries, but in that general area, I believe, they actually celebrate St. Nicholas on December the 6th. That's when St. Nicholas comes and brings the presents. Some of them also have Krampus, who comes after the bad children. So, hey, that's just one of those things. And then they still do a Christmas, as far as a Christmas tree and all that. So it's really pretty interesting the way different people do it in different cultures. If you celebrate some different cultures, you're in a different country where you do this and do different things, leave it in the comments for me, because I love learning. And I don't like to just look on the internet and research stuff. I like hearing from people that actually do these things. So if you would, let me know what it is you're doing, okay? I really, really appreciate it. The symbols for Yule, okay? We have things like, your evergreens, your pines and your cypress, and, the things that stay green. Holly is, something that stays green all year round, at least here it does. Your Yule log, a Yule tree, known as the Christmas tree nowadays, mistletoe, holly wreaths, and bells, all right? Festive foods are, your meats, okay? Some places only do pork, some places do whatever, okay? Let me know which ones you do. Winter vegetables and colorful preserved fruits. So the greetings are usually Happy Solstice, Merry Yuletide, or Happy Yule, all right? Because there's a whole Yuletide season, okay, which is the 12 days prior to Christmas, like the 12 Days of Christmas song thing. So this is the 12 days leading to Yule, all right? So a lot of people like to string garland, set around pine cones or put the pine cones on the garland, clothes. You could even make it your centerpiece, okay, kind of like I've done here, all right? This can be for your altar as well. It's, once again, there's no right or wrong. Just make it festive and enjoy it, okay? These are just ideas. You can string lights. Like, I don't know if you can see them or not. Hopefully you see the little twinkles back here from time to time. But I strung up some lights to even make it a little more festive for this video. All right, and so now some colors that are generally used for Yule are red, green, gold, white, silver, yellow, and blue. All right. Do you have to use all of these colors? No. But can you? Yes, you can. You can use them all if you want, or you can use whichever ones out of that you would like. So once again, make it your own, okay? Make sure that you're happy with it. Don't ever think you got to follow some stuck up whatever tradition unless that's what you like doing, okay? If you like being, following certain tradition and that's good for you, then that's awesome for you. I just don't want you to feel like you have to do any specific thing. Okay, I just hate that having to do something. Here gets into my little story that I wanted to tell you about. So I'm going to probably read most of this to make sure that I don't miss something important. And please forgive me in pronouncing these names because I've yet to figure some of them out. Okay, I'll just spell them up here so that you know what I'm saying. Okay. The earliest mention of Yule is found in the work of a prolific historian called Bede, B-E-D-E, an English monk who was instrumental in the spread of Catholic Christianity in northern England. Okay, writing in 725 A.D., he described the holidays as pagan Britons, Anglo-Saxons, Vikings, and other Germanic groups, noting that the old pagan calendar combined the Roman months of December and January into a single period called, I will not try to pronounce it, Giuli. Okay? If you know how to pronounce it, give me a phonic spelling down there, okay? He wrote the months of this Giuli, maybe, derive their name from the day when the sun turns back or begins to increase. Okay? All right. As Christian missionaries spread into the pagan heartlands of Northern Europe, they encountered these rituals and found themselves presented with a unique challenge. For Christians, the worship of multiple gods was intolerable. Yet the prospect of forcing proud, notoriously violent Vikings and Germanic tribes to reject their beliefs must have been just as unappetizing. Yeah, I wouldn't want to do that, would you? Not me. Okay, so you might lose something. All right, anyway, back to the story. Instead, the missionaries fell back on a time-tested Christian compromise called, well, I'm going to just do the English version of it, Christian interpretation. By learning the myths and religious beliefs of the Norsemen, they could identify parallels within Catholicism and link these two belief systems together, making conversion more palatable to those reluctant to give up their centuries-old practices. One such tactic was to change the actual date of the birth of Jesus, which historians believe was likely in the springtime. How many times have I said that? To coincide with the pagans' winter celebrations. As such, the celebration of the birth of Jesus Christ in December was possibly directly inspired by pagan calendars. Once again, it's the whole thing we keep saying. All of their holidays, they stole from us. They want to combine them together, okay, so that the pagans are forced to celebrate the Christian holidays. Okay, rant over, back to the story now. Okay. But while missionaries like Betty, B-E-D-E, that one. All right, were hard at work melding paganism with the Bible, the real work of conversion was political. Perhaps the most important figure in binding Yule to Christmas was the Norwegian king Haakon the Good, Haakon the Good, who attempted to convert the whole of Norway to Christianity during the 10th century AD. He had spent his childhood in England and returned to Norway as a full-fledged Christian intent on spreading his faith. He realized quickly, however, that the conversion chieftains of his kingdom were resistant to the new religion, and so he struck a compromise. According to the saga, I can't pronounce it. I'll give you the word up here, okay? Haakon decreed that Yule would be celebrated not on Midwinter Eve, but on the 25th of December, coinciding with Christmas. Under this new law, Norwegian Vikings were required to celebrate either holiday with a supply of ale or else pay substantial fines. I doubt they had a problem celebrating with ale. Do you? Yeah, okay, back to the story. When he was killed in battle, a brief pagan revival took place, but the effects of his law held. From then on, Yule and Christmas became synonymous throughout Scandinavia, and the traditions were blended together. You know, it just goes back to they keep pushing their beliefs, and we keep rebelling. And I, for one, am going to fight it, okay? I celebrate Yule. I do not celebrate Christmas. The closest thing I do to celebrating Christmas is I cook on Christmas Day, because that's the day we're closed because everybody's closed, okay? So I eat then, unless we have, and now I eat it for Yule too if we're doing, some kind of a gathering or something. So yeah, it's all good. Once again, do you, however you want to do it. It's okay, all right? And for those of you that have small children, I know it gets really hairy because you got all these other kids that are running around. It's Santa. Santa's coming. Got to be good. Santa's coming. I have a problem with that in some ways too, because parents use that as a way to try to make their kids be good, so you're lying to your kids. Okay? So I have an issue with that. But hey, once again, you do you. It's okay. So anyway, I prefer Yule. St. Nicholas still comes, just a Yule, if that's what you want. Okay? Anyway, either way, try to celebrate Yule even if you still do Christmas. Okay? So, all right. Setting intentions at Yule. All right? The traditional holiday season can be hectic and stressful. Can it not? Just because we're trying to combine our holiday with their holiday, and it just gets a little bit nuts. But it's a good time to set your intentions to align with peace, love, harmony, and increased happiness, people. Quit being so stressed over it. Let's be happy. Okay? Decorate. Makes you smile. Okay? Take time to celebrate Yule in simple ways, such as a family meal, a walk in the woods, or just sharing what you are thankful for with your family and friends. Okay? That's all it takes. What are you thankful for? Pop that down in the comments, okay? Yule symbols. All right, we're going to cover these. I'm going to make sure I don't skip anything. So we have colors, which gold, silver, red. We included some other ones earlier. So, combine any and all that you want. All right. Foods, cookies, caraway, dried fruits and nuts, pork dishes, eggnog, ginger, tea, spice cider, and wassail. Okay. And where you live, your culture, you may use different foods, and that's okay too. I'm not saying these are all. These are just some traditional ones here, okay? If there's other things that you use to celebrate, please put it in the comments for me. I really, really, really want to know. It's not just trying to get you to leave me comments. I really, honestly would like to know. It helps me learn. Because remember, I've told you, I love learning something new every day, okay? I learned about this story that, I always knew that they moved Jesus' birthday and all that kind of stuff. It's the first time I actually found the story that backs it up. So I was excited. I hope you are too. Okay, so stones, ruby, garnet, bloodstone, emerald, diamond, herbs, bayberry, evergreen, frankincense, holly, laurel, pine, sage, okay? Flowers, calendula, sunflowers, wild ginseng, wormwood, and of course we use poinsettias, okay? Deities, Ishtar, Inanna, the horn god, Osiris, Loki, Persephone, Cronus, Dionysus. There's, yes, I'm sure there's more, okay? Depends on what tradition you follow. And that's okay. This is just a little bit of stuff for you, okay? Just to help you. All right. Now, how to celebrate Yule. These are different ways. It does not require setting up a whole altar and all that kind of stuff, but you can still, okay? You can go caroling, okay? And if you haven't bought my second book, you can, or you can just do some research. But there are all the pagan carols that don't include all of the Christian carols. They have the same tunes, but that's because they were stolen from us. So anyway, okay, so wassailing. Now, wassailing is, my understanding, has a couple of meanings. One is basically the same thing as caroling. The other one has to do with drinking. So, but if you do the drinking part, be of age and be responsible. Don't drink and drive. Okay, there we go. Burning a Yule log, which we already discussed. Having a bonfire. Kissing under the mistletoe. That one's always a fun one, especially when you catch somebody off guard. Okay. Exchange handmade gifts with loved ones. Celebrate Kris Kringle, the Germanic pagan god. Bake cookies or other sweet treats with your flavorings, or like caraway, anise, dried fruits and nuts, and all those things. The Christmas cookies that we've always made since children, because that's what we had to do. So yeah, bake things. You can get those for your gifts too. Guess what? It's handmade. All right. People love good baked goods. I know. I have a good friend that brings me stuff all the time. It's probably one of the reasons I can't lose weight, but hey, she's awesome. In case you're watching this, love you, Mare. Yeah. Anyway, she's always bringing us goodies. She's awesome. And lastly, integrate some slow living practices into your Yule celebration. In other words, what that means is slow down. Okay? Take some time out of the hustle, bustle, and all of that stuff, and the running around, and the crowds, and the traffic, and all the craziness, and relax. Just slow down. Take those extra 3 seconds to walk from here to here instead of thinking you got to go, okay? Take it a stroll, all right? Slow down and breathe. Take some time to meditate. Whatever it is that you need, just, as I like to say, woosah. Take you some woosah time, okay? So, woosah, everyone. Be calm. Okay, slow down. The day's going to come and go. The week's going to come and go. The year is going to come and go. So, no matter how fast we go through it. So, slow down. Take care of you. All right? We're so busy trying to do for everybody else, especially during this season. Okay? Slow down. Take time for you. Okay? And if you need permission to do so, I just gave it to you. Okay? So there's your homework. You know, sit down, do some research, calm yourself, and just breathe. Okay? Deep breaths. There you go. In through your nose, out through your mouth slowly, and just let your body relax. Okay? So, I hope this gives you some ideas and helps teach you some things about Yule and how to celebrate. I hope you enjoyed my directions and my little blinky lights. And leave me some comments, please. Let me know what you're thinking. Share this video with somebody that might need some information. Or maybe they just need this last part that tells them to breathe, okay? So click the subscribe if you hadn't. And I appreciate all of you that have been watching my videos. My numbers are counting up and we're getting ever closer to that 3,000. We're almost there. So keep up the good work. And I appreciate you. And I hope you have a wonderful and safe holiday. Okay? Things get crazy between now and the first of the year. So please, please, please slow down. Pay attention. Watch all the crazies out there. And remember to breathe. Okay? I hope you have a wonderful and safe Yule. Christmas if you celebrate it as well. And until the next video, everyone, I love you. Happy Yule and blessed be.